Hey, what's up? And welcome to another edition of Cooking with the Nerf Herder. I'm your host, the Nerf Herder, and today we are featuring the subscription service called Spice Breeze. Now, Spice Breeze is a monthly spice subscription service. I tried another one before. That's where I came up with the whole Cooking with the Nerf Herder bit. And so Spice Breeze saw that, and they wanted me to review their product, cook something up for you guys. So they sent me their Duo kit, their Duo Spice Kit for October 2016. And I'm going to cook up one meal for you here, but I'm going to talk about Spice Breeze a little bit for a second here. So Spice Breeze, the Duo kit is $6 a month, and you get 2 packets of spice and the recipes to go along with it from all over the world. You do get to select, when you subscribe, you do get to select your tastes. So, if you don't like any, like fish, you can say no fish. If you don't, if you like hot, spicy foods, you can select that. So they customize it to your taste, which I think is awesome. So, in the October box, well, first of all, they sent me like a little spider tag, and it says thank you, and, a little card here. So this is the October dinners. How about dinner with Graf Dracula and his castle in Romania? For sure, Graf Dracula will serve the national dish of Romania, Misi sausages, and red sauces are his favorite. Beware, use as much garlic as you can stand. Happy Halloween. Share what you cooked, blah, blah, blah. Spice Breeze. So, what did we get? Well, what I'm cooking today is the Romanian Misi sausages pack here, and it came with 2 different packs of spice and the recipe to go along with it. So that's the one I chose. But I also got some red chimichurri. Am I saying that right? Chimichurri, which is a fish. With fish, steak, and chicken and potatoes, so it's like a mixture dinner. But it was a little complicated for me to try to do that on the show, so I'm not going to do that one today. I'm going to do the sausages because that's nice and easy, and I love sausage, so there's that. I also got a bonus pack of chipotle spices in there, and that's awesome. I'll have to figure out some way to incorporate those into a dish, which shouldn't be hard, but not today, because we're all about the sausages. So, let me get all the stuff together and we'll start cooking. Alright, so we are going to start with a pound of ground beef, and we mix in 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. So, we're going to put that right up in there, and then 1 full teaspoon of baking soda. So this is a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to put 1 and 2 in there, and it says knead well. So I'm going to start some kneading. I need to start kneading. Oh yeah, that's good. That's real mushy, real good, real good. Alright, so it's good and kneaded now, and we're going to add in the first packet of Romanian spices. Right there, it's all pre-measured out perfectly for this particular recipe. So put that in there. And then it calls for half a head of garlic. Now I have minced garlic here, and I'm going to just guess at what a half a head of garlic would be. So I'm gonna say, I'd say like three scoops of this. That's pretty garlicky. I do like a little more garlic, so I'm gonna put that in there, make it extra garlicky, because I'm dangerous that way. And some salt to taste, and they recommend 1 to 1.5 teaspoons. So we'll throw in some salt right there. And then I mix well. So here we go, mixing again. Oh yeah, that feels real good. That is good. And while I'm mixing, I'm also going to be adding in a cup of water, and I'm going to mix it, knead it in slowly. So I got that. Oh, my hands are all goopy. So I'm going to get a little water here, a little mixing, and then a little more water, and then a little more mixing. A little more water and a little more mixing. And a little more water and a little more mixing. Yeah, that's just, that feels so squishy. That's good. Okay, so now what we have is some beef slime right there. And the instructions say to cover it up and keep it in the fridge overnight. Now it's like early in the morning, and I'm actually planning on doing this today, so I'm not going to leave it overnight. I am going to put it in the fridge and leave it for a good couple hours. I imagine it's got to, you know, kind of like soak up and solidify. I'm going to leave it in for as long as I can, and then we will come back this afternoon and finish up. So I'll see you then. And we're back. Of course, you just saw me finish, but it's actually been about 4 hours, and that's about as long as I can wait because I got to get this moving before I run out of daylight. So hopefully this works. I don't know like what it is that it's waiting for, like to set up or thicken or something like that. But what I got to do right now is I have to form the meat into the sausages. So I'm going to do that, and then it also has to sit for another hour, so I'm going to make some sausages here. So, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I definitely didn't let them sit long enough because the consistency was still a bit runny. So, forming them into sausages was kind of an ordeal, but I got them into somewhat of a sausage shape. And what's next is to brush some oil on them. I'm actually going to let them sit up for a little bit longer in these shapes here, and hopefully that'll like solidify a little more, and then I will douse them with some oil before cooking those up, but they have to sit for an hour. So I'm going to put those back in the fridge. But while we're at it here, we're going to make up the sauce. So I'm missing an item. Here we are. So for the sauce, we mix the rest of the garlic. So I'm just taking a shot in the dark here, and I'm going to put in like 3 scoops of garlic. That is a lot of garlic, but it seems like, you know, if you're using like a whole half of garlic for this recipe, that's probably right. So the spices right here, the rest of the Romanian spices into the tomato puree. One teaspoon of oil. Like so. And salt and pepper to taste. So we'll just crank some salt right up in there. Probably good. Get a little salt up in there. I don't like a lot of salt, that's probably good. And mix that all up, and I'll just stick this in the fridge to, you know, like chill out for a little while the sausages are still setting up. And when we come back, hopefully these things will be solid enough. It gives you 2 cooking options, to grill or to fry them. I don't think that mine are going to be solid enough to be able to go on the grill, so I am going to opt to fry them. And worst case scenario, I got some funny looking fried, you know, sausage crumbles. So you know, that's okay. I'm good with that. I'm no expert chef. I'm doing the best I can. I'm having fun with it. So I will see you back in like an hour or two. Alright, a few hours have passed, and I coated them with some oil, and they're still kind of goopy, but I'm just going with it. I'm just cooking it up. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna take them how they are. So, probably in the future when it says, let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, I will probably do that, but for now, we're just going with it. So, what I need to do is I need to heat up some oil in a frying pan here, and then I'm going to start adding them in and cooking them up. Okay, so let's test it out here. And the key here, it says in the directions, is to like flip it very fast, very consistently, and I'm hoping that kind of firms them up a little bit so that they don't fall apart. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. Alright, and here we go. Those are some meaty sausages right there, and I'm very surprised that they actually did hold their shape. I had to, like play around with it a little bit, like the first couple fell apart because I tried to flip them too early. But after a while there, I got the hang of it. And, I think I did pretty well. And the ones that crumbled up, I already tasted, and I know that this is delicious. But, in case you don't believe me, I will have some right now. It's really, really good. Like, I've never had sausages with that kind of spice mix in there, and it's delicious. I mean, I don't know. Words can't describe. The taste is very savory, very good, and the sausages cooked up great. They're crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. So it worked out well. Now, what would I have done differently? I would have mixed up the stuff and left it sit overnight like the instructions said to do. B, I would have used a better hamburger. I used like 80-20 with the fat content, and I had to drain it a couple times, and it's just, I gotta actually clean the whole stove because it just splattered all over the place. So that was my bad. I didn't know what to expect. So, yeah, going forward, I'd use a better hamburger, but they turned out awesome. So what do? You finish this off with some rice, and it says to use a pickle as well. So it says try European brand of pickle. And so I'm going to cook up some rice, and I have pickles. I just have dill pickles, but whatever. I'm just going to work with it, work with what I have. And there you go. So there is the Spice Breeze for October 2016, and I did it. I cooked all by myself. Okay, and if you're interested in subscribing to Spice Breeze for yourself, I got a link down below there as always, and like I said, it's about $6 a month for the 2-pack, and I don't know, have some cooking adventures. So that's all I gotta say about that box. Alright, and as always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and visit my website, www.thenerfherderblog.com. I really like doing this, the cooking bit. I really like this. So, I'm gonna try to get some more cooking type boxes just to do this because this is fun. I like doing this. So stay tuned for that. The next one, who knows what I'll have, But yeah. That's all for today, so until my next unboxing, goodbye.